Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex or Nuzz here, and welcome to Road to Partyhat episode 17. Now, I just want to say again quickly, in case you missed it, I did come out with my first drop of merchandise, which was actually featured on the official Runescape Facebook page, which is amazing. Like I said before, I am really in love with this design, and you can get the limited edition gold party hat version in the description. We are almost sold out of t-shirts completely. There's only one shirt left and only about 10 left of all the other items, including posters, canvas prints, and hoodies, so make sure to get them because they won't be coming back after they're gone. Again, you can check the link in the description, and thanks for all the amazing support recently. We have a really amazing episode coming up where I basically gamble 1 billion GP at Legios and see how much money I can make or lose. We do some necks and get some big drops for an all-around great episode. You may notice this episode is only 5 days after the previous episode, and I wanted to see if you guys would enjoy seeing these Road to Partyhat episodes more often. So if you like seeing these episodes more often, make sure to leave a like down below so I know and I can keep doing it, and make sure to subscribe to keep up with the series and all kinds of RuneScape 3 content. Now let's get right into the first clip. So what I ended up doing was I basically went and bought 1 billion GP worth of Ascension Keys. Now the reason I decided to spend so much on Ascension Keys mainly was because I needed the pets for the log, and the more Legios you kill, their threshold is 1200, so the more I killed, the better chance my pet drop would be, but also I wanted to see if I could make a little money if I got lucky. Now if you don't know, there are 6 different Legios, each require a different key. The keys range anywhere from 380k to 750k each, and each Legio drops an Ascension Signet, and you need all 6 signets from each Legio to make an Ascension Crossbow. So basically, with all the keys I bought, I was aiming to make 6 Ascension Crossbows, and I decided I would continue Legios until I got enough signets to make 6 different crossbows. So what I basically did was I bought 300 of each key, and then let's say I got lucky on a Legio and finished that Legio in 100 keys. If that happened, I would sell the remaining 200 keys and then buy more keys that I needed for a Legio that I may have got unlucky on. So in total, like I said, I ended up spending give or take 1 billion GP on these keys, and over the course of 2 days, I did about 2,500, I would say, Legio kills, which was a grind, but it was honestly fun and a nice break from the bosses I usually do, as Legios take anywhere from 10 to 20 seconds depending on the Legio if you have greater ricochet and a good range setup. So it was pretty fun in that regard, and eventually we did end up getting all our signets. Now I'm not going to show you all the loot, but I will show you some of the loot. So we ended up getting all our 36 signets. It took a while, and some places like Sextus, I had to buy 100 to 150 more keys, which was really unlucky. I mean, I didn't expect, but I hope to have better luck. But on the bright side, I did end up getting 2 corrupted signet drops, which the corrupted signets are basically the pet. So there are 6 pets you need to get for the log, and I ended up actually getting semi-lucky and getting 2 of them. We're still going to need to hunt for the other 2, but it shouldn't be too bad seeing as we have so much KC now and we have more thresholds. So I was really happy to get the 2 pets out of the way, but we still of course need 2 more. As for the normal loot, I ended up getting 87 million GP in all the normal loot from all my kills. If you look, we got 81 Serenic Scales. They drop a few decent things like Serenic Scales. They drop Dragon Longswords. They drop Rune Salvage, Onyx Bolt Tips. Nothing crazy, but the normal loot does add up a bit, and it did, save me 1/12 of the billion GP that I spent on, all the keys. Now, to make an Ascension Crossbow, you also need Dragon Crossbows, which are about 13 million GP each. So we did spend about 70 mil or so on the dragon crossbows. So essentially the normal loot we got paid for our dragon crossbows to make our Ascension crossbows. Now basically to make the Ascension crossbows you have to take the signets to this guy outside of the Ascension dungeon, and he'll basically make them into Ascension crossbows for you. It was really cool to just have all these signets in the bank, and like I said, we got the 2 pets, so that was amazing. But it was honestly just amazing, as you guys saw in the thumbnail, just have so many of these rare drops, and getting the last signet was such a relief because that grind had just been so long, but it honestly ended up paying off decently. So like I said, we ended up making all 6 into crossbows, and as you can see here, 1.2 billion in crossbows. It was just crazy. 6 Ascension crossbows. I mean, they were even more a few months ago. They were like 270, 280 mil each. So that was really amazing. And we ended up actually selling them pretty fast for around 202 mil each. And I think in total we ended up spending 1.1 billion on keys, just because we had to buy some extra supply costs, bolt costs, stuff like that. So we did get the 2 pets here as well, which is nice, and we did end up making about 100 mil profit. So we could have gotten way luckier. We actually got kind of unlucky, but luckily we got the 2 pets and we made a little bit of profit. So all around, I think it was a good experience. So I ended up doing some necks, which I haven't done in a while, but oh boy, let me tell you, Greater Ricochet at necks is just insanely OP. It kills the minions almost instantly. It's just so good. Like, I didn't expect it to be this good, but killing the minions is a huge part of necks, as basically you're DPSing next down till she phases, and then you have to go kill the next minion to move on. And it always took a while because the minions, damage they can take is capped, so you can't just like snapshot them and they die. You actually have to do a certain amount of hits. So with something like Greater Ricochet, it just absolutely melts them and lets you move on to each phase super fast. Not to mention, using Greater Ricochet on Nex herself is just really good. I really enjoyed killing Nex with Greater Ricochet, and I think my kills ended up being like 2 minutes and 15 to 2 minutes and 30 seconds each solo, which is just really nice, seeing as I can just kill Nex super fast. But in terms of loot, we ended up getting some Onyx bolts, which, Onyx bolts are nice, and then somehow, some way, we ended up getting a really huge drop. So I don't know why, but it seems like my luck at Nex is just always good. If you've watched my past episodes, I haven't done that many kills, and I just seem to always get great loot. And we end up getting a Torva plate body, which is the absolute best drop that you can get from Nex. 159 mil. Absolutely insane. I don't know how. We just end up getting so lucky at Nex. It's just absolutely insane. But hey, I'm not going to complain. I will take the Torva plate body for sure. So after this, I ended up trying to do some Telos with ranged. I start off at about 200 in rage because I just really didn't know what I was doing. And I just wanted to give it a try because I see all kinds of videos of people doing Telos with range, and it seems just super overpowered, but it does seem pretty hard. And since I've done all 1300 of my Telos kills with mage only, I was really curious to see how it went. And honestly, I did this on stream, and it felt pretty decent in terms of DPS output. The only thing I had a struggle with was sometimes I would splash more than I would with magic, which is, bound to happen because I'm using range. But the only other thing I noticed is the minions just gave me so much trouble. I didn't have that detonate or that tsunami. I know you can use chinchampas, but I tried and it just didn't seem to work as well for me. So like places like phase 4, I really struggled with the minions. And then sadly on phase 5 I struggled a lot just because like I would run out of food from phase 4 because of all the damage I would take from the minions. And then on phase 5 the minions were just like, I didn't know how to clear them. I wasn't really into a good rotation. I was just, you know, doing whatever I could, you know, figure out how to do. And here I took off my shield in a stupid mistake, got the virus, and I was praying the wrong thing as well, and I ended up dying, but it was a good fun and attempt. Alright guys, so now we're going to look at the bank, see what's changed, and see how much progress we made since last video. Now it's only been 4 days since the last episode of Road to Partyhat, but if we look at the wealth evaluator, we have made almost over actually 300 mil, I believe, since the last episode in just 4 days. So for having an episode so quick, I think the progress is absolutely great. I'm streaming a lot more now, which is really motivating me to get more progress done. And if you like these videos coming out more often, like let's say once a week or so, please leave a like down below so I know to do more of these episodes more often, and I know that you guys are enjoying this format. But honestly, 300 mil in an episode is really good for how long it took for this to come out. And if we look in the bank, not a lot has changed. We still have the same gear and stuff, but if we look at our loot tab, we have a bunch of random stuff. I still have a spider leg bottom up here, but then of course we have the Torva plate body that we got from Nex. And I also forgot to show, I did get Virtus boots earlier as well. We still have a bunch of Onyx bolts and stuff like that. We do have our 2 pets that we haven't used yet, and speaking of those, I'll go and show you guys the log now. So if we go to Legios, we have killed 3,523, so we're close to hitting the 3rd threshold. And if we look, I do have a few extra signets from when I was trying to hunt these pets, but the only pets I need is this pet and this pet, so Quintus and Secundus. So we will have to hunt for those at some point, but you know, it shouldn't be too bad. We might have to spend a little bit of money, but with the threshold, it shouldn't be bad. And then, of course, we'll look at Nex, and we did get the Virtus boots, which are a new item on the log, and we got another Torva plate, which, as you can see, my Torva luck is just, it's just stupid. But we made some really good progress this episode, and I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. So make sure to leave a like if you like them coming out this frequently. Subscribe so you don't miss any more episodes. And of course, at the bottom of the description, or the top of the description, I mean, you can find the link to my new merch. So like I said, we're almost sold out of shirts, so limited edition. Get it while you can. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next video.